Hawks lose in overtime to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 3-2. This game probably was the best performance the Blackhawks have had all season. They looked good on the ice. They had their first lead of a game tonight, but they could not prevail. They lost in overtime, where in overtime anything can happen when it's 3-on-3 hockey. And a breakaway led to a goal, and the Leafs win. Kevin Lankinen looked great tonight for the Hawks, but the Hawks just could not get that extra point and get their first win of the season. It's a rough loss, yes, but let's be honest. This team tonight showed they actually could play better than what they did. They did well. They had a lead. They couldn't hold it and let the Leafs win in overtime. The losing streak continues, and the Hawks just can't find that first win of the year. So let's look at the stats of the game, shall we? First period, 10-1 in favor for the Blackhawks for shots on net. Second period, it went in favor for the Leafs. It went 10-9. Third period, the Leafs were just rifling shots off, 17-7. Lankinen was strong in that third period. Overtime, 3-2 in favor for the Leafs. Total shots on net, 40-29 in favor for the Maple Leafs. That third period was the killer for the Hawks. They let the Leafs get a ton of chances off. They had opportunities on the power play because the refs kind of called weak penalties, very weak penalties against the Blackhawks tonight. That should not really have been a penalty. So the Hawks let the Leafs charge and come in and win this game. The Hawks looked like they probably should have won this game. Lankinen should have got that 2 points. He was outstanding tonight. He played strong. His poise in net was great, and the Hawks were looking strong. They just fell apart late. More to the stats, 58% of the draws went in favor for the Leafs. The Hawks just did not look good at the dot, especially with the former Blackhawk on the Maple Leafs, who is outstanding, and I still don't understand why they let him go in free agency to the Maple Leafs, and David Kampf. I think Kampf won every one of his faceoffs, if I'm not mistaken. He was outstanding at the dot, and he's continued that tonight. Power plays. Leafs went 0 for 3, and the Hawks went 1 for 3. Hits, 32-28 in favor for the Maple Leafs. Block shots, 6-23 in favor for the Blackhawks. The Leafs are shooting a lot of shots. Pucks at the Hawks netminder, but the Hawks defense was blocking the pucks quite a bit. They looked good defensively tonight. So it was a rough loss. They lose in overtime. They don't get the 2 points, but overtime hockey is, well, the NHL has 3-on-3 hockey, and it leads to breakaways that lead to goals usually. And that's what happened tonight. So let's get to the goals of the game, shall we? Because the Hawks looked good tonight. They really did. So we go into the first period, and the Hawks get an early power play. At 5:44 in the first period, scored by number 77, Kirby Dach, his third of the season. Assisted by number 23, Philip Kurashev, and number 4, Steph Jones. This goal by Kirby Dach on the power play was a beautiful goal. He went in hard. He went in as a true power forward. He charged. The puck was on his edge, and Docker went wrist shot past Jack Campbell, and the Hawks have their first lead of the season off a beautiful goal by Kirby Dach. This goal by Docker was just nice, and it was something nice to see. They get a goal, and the Hawks are on the board. And, well, the Hawks are not done. The Hawks took advantage of a terrible line change by the Leafs. Everyone was going for a change, and this happened. Steph Jones takes the puck at his defensive blue line and sends the puck up to Alex DeBrincat. DeBrincat goes on a breakaway, and he beats Jack Campbell for his third of this season. And yes, of course, assisted by Steph Jones. Alex DeBrincat gets the Hawks a 2-0 lead, 11:48 into the first period. Wow, the Hawks have a 2-goal lead after not having a single lead in any of their games to start the season. That's something nice to see, right? Well, that's the only goal. That's the last goal the Hawks were able to get past Jack Campbell, the Maple Leafs. So we go to the second period, Hawks up 2-0. At 6:14 in the second period, John Tavares scored his second of the season, assisted by Mitch Marner and Morgan Riley, to make it a 1-goal game. Hawks still lead, but this goal by Tavares was this honestly a beautiful goal. Nothing Lakeinen could have done. Tavares gets the Leafs on the board. And after that, no goals were scored. Hawks had an opportunity to add back a 2-goal lead, couldn't do it. So we go to the third period, where in the third period, the Hawks had a power play. They started it out with a power play. They almost had a goal, couldn't get it. And the Leafs started buzzing, getting opportunities, and this happened. At 12:31 in the third period, scored by former Blackhawk David Kampf, his first as a Toronto Maple Leaf, assisted by Rasmus Sandin and Casa, to make it a 2-2 game for the Maple Leafs, tying this up off a backhand shot from David Kampf. I don't even think I recall him ever doing something like that with the Blackhawks. I get it, he was never a goal scorer with the Hawks, but I wish we kept him because he was great at the faceoff dot, and he showed that yet again tonight at the faceoff dot in his performance, how he was tonight. So the Leafs tie it up, and the puck battles were kept by the Leafs. The Hawks had to play strong defensively in this third period. Lakeinen stood strong, so we need an overtime. Where in overtime, the puck battles were just on rushes. The Hawks had a couple of opportunities. The Leafs started it out with a quick opportunity. Lakeinen makes a save. Hawks get control, take it up the rush. Hagel goes up, and saved by Campbell. Hawks then have a few changes happen, and this happened. At 1:58 in the overtime, William Nylander scored his third of the season for the game-winning goal off a breakaway from a chance that the Leafs basically would win. Anyone would win on overtime. That's how overtimes are. You get a breakaway, you win the game. It seems like half the time. So Nylander gets the puck from Matthews. Nylander went on the rush, and he squeaks it past Lakeinen, and the Leafs win it 3-2 in overtime. And the Hawks just get a measly 1 point on for the standings. This team is still yet to win a game, but this is the first time they had a lead in a game. That's one positive, I guess, but they weren't able to hold it. The Leafs managed to win it, and the Hawks managed to lose it. That's how it went. This was a rough game by the Hawks by how they looked like they had their best performance on ice, except for later parts in that third period, and they lose it. That's a rough way how things go in the NHL sometimes. But again, the Hawks are still yet to come out with a victory in any of their games. And their next two opponents, the Carolina Hurricanes and St. Louis Blues, yeah, they're undefeated. So here we go again. Hawks lose, and we now are facing off against two teams that have yet to lose a game. So maybe something has to give. Who knows? It's a rough loss yet again by your Chicago Blackhawks. I want to hear what your thoughts were from tonight's action. And those of you who came by into the live stream tonight, I want to say thank you again, because I really enjoy when I do these live streams and you guys do show up. It was a lot of fun. So thank you for those who did come to the live stream tonight, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I know you did not enjoy the outcome. I kind of didn't, but the Hawks had their first lead of a game, so that's something. And most of all, let's go Hawks.